let's get started with Rainy Day. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
이 비가 지나가면 나도 그댈 지울 수 있길 빗소리가 들리면 사랑하는 그대가 더 생각이 나요. 함께 걸었던 이 길 속에서 잊었던 기억들이 불어와
Dami.
하지만 추억하는 시간들은 떠나가죠. 비를 피하려 뛰었지만 젖어버린 어깨는 차가워져. 우산이 없어도 이제 난 괜찮아요.
This piano is killing it right now.
함께 걸었던 이 길 속에서 좋았던 기억들이 불어와 하지만 잊고 싶은 시간마저 생각나죠. 비를 피하려 뛰었지만 넘어진 내 무릎은 더 아려와. 우산이 없어도 이제 난 괜찮아요. 이 비가 그칠 때면 내 눈물도 그칠 수 있길 빗소리가 들리면 사랑하는 그대가 너무 그리워져요. 시간이 오래 지나가면 다 있겠죠. 이 비가 그쳐도
오.
난 여기 있을게요.
You guys. You know, I'm a sucker for tracks like this, of course. I like the sound of electric guitar and percussion, but I also like a lot of like minimal production. I like hearing like great vocals, right? Here we get some some nice like emotional vocal performance from Dreamcatcher and some fucking amazing piano playing right here, man. It sounded so good. And we got so many parts too where we got just the piano. There's like some nice piano solo, and then the piano melodies interacting with the vocal melodies was just super delicious to listen to. I was so sure, like we're almost halfway through the track, that it was just purely piano, but then we also got a little bit of percussion, which I thought was a nice addition, right? But the track itself, I mean, just fantastic. Those elements by themselves, the piano playing and the vocals, I thought are super solid. And overall, I really enjoyed this track. I want to look up the the lyric translation as well, because I'm sure it's gonna make me cry. But yeah, it also just feels like a comfort song, right? Even the way that they've added this, like the rain sound, very ambient sound in the background, it just like makes me want to listen to it again and just cuddle my dog in the dark. Anyways, let's move on to the outro. Mother Nature. Is this a Sigur Rós track? Okay. No, don't end right now. What? That was crazy. Stacy, hold on. So Mother Nature is a pretty interesting outro, right? It gives a huge contrast to the vibe of the intro. It feels more natural, these sounds, right? It feels like we're here on Earth. It does feel like naturey, but then the way it leads up at the end with those like the heavy drums again, it feels a little bit ominous, so it's not necessarily like a happy ending. The vibe that I'm getting anyways. I was thinking of that composer, right? Sigur Rós. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but one of my favorite like movie soundtracks is from We Bought a Zoo. I've never seen that movie, but the soundtrack is just fantastic. It's just like these amazing ambient sounds. I think just the way that the composer just like builds up the story and scenes just with sound, I think is fantastic. I recommend, if you like this track, I recommend checking out that movie soundtrack as well, and also the artist Sigur Rós. I think they're quite a talented artist as well. This is I usually like the intros and outros. I know it's not really used in a lot of like K-pop albums, but yeah, Luna and Dreamcatcher have been pretty consistent with them, and I do enjoy them. I think they sort of like help guide us with like the introduction, and then just like easing us out of the album. And I think this mini album in total is pretty cohesive. I do feel like we got a story. I know when I say this stuff, it sounds like I'm just spewing a bunch of bullshit, but I swear I'm being truthful. I do feel like we get some sort of cohesive story and vibe as we go through these tracks. Especially the vibes really change. Like in the beginning, it does feel like heavier and it feels more detached from like where we are, and then by the time we get to the end, it feels like we landed on Earth, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, overall I like all of the B-sides. I think what stood out the most to me was Rainy Day, just because I can really see myself like seeking it out a lot more compared to the other tracks. I do of course love Vision. I think it's a great title track, and the music video is just amazing. But yeah, as always, if you guys haven't checked out my other Dreamcatcher reactions yet, feel free to do so. There's a bunch in this channel. We reacted to Dreamcatcher Mind, we reacted to some of their albums here, some of their B-sides, a lot of special clips and performances, and we're gonna have a bunch more as well with this comeback, I'm sure. So if you guys want to keep up to date with my uploads as well, go subscribe if you want to. Also check out Patreon. That's where I post live stage performance reactions, Japanese music videos. Those are free, and there's also exclusive content over there weekly with Dreamcatcher. Right now we're trying to catch up with Dreamcatcher's notes, and we're probably gonna watch a couple of the promo stuff that's not YouTube safe on Patreon. So if you want to check it out, go have a look. Also for the month of October, we're going to be donating all of our earnings on Patreon to charity. So if you guys, you know, want to support some good cause and enjoy some K-pop content together, go have a look at Patreon. Other than that, I hope you guys are having a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.